Hey guys, how you doing? This is your big bad booty daddy with no cameraman today, so I'm playing with my tripod and trying to get things set up so you guys can see. But here we go. This is your big bad booty daddy saying hi if you hear me. All right, you guys. So happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out there. We do appreciate you and we love you. Okay, so here we go. We got had a lot of questions last week about that quick little graph that I drew about different levels of adherence and a ketogenic diet or a keto paleo diet or whatever. So as I've been starting out week after week after week, let me see. All right, hi Melissa, how are you? Patricia, hi. Greg, hey Greg, what's going on? Jeremy Stearns, what's up Jeremy? Sean, what's going on? Hello. So anyway, I question week after week after week, Jamie, what the hell is this keto paleo diet you're talking about? Well, it's really two ideologies that I merged together. Over time, I've been doing a lot of research and just the evolution of my own transformation, have found what I feel works best for me and is more of an optimal health diet. So when you guys are out there and you're looking and you hear the term paleo diet, what they're usually referring to is a natural hunter-gatherer grocery list. So the idea is that we evolved through, our metabolism evolved through most of the Paleolithic era, arguably way before that as well. And that kind of set the premise for everything that we're dealing with today. So we're pretty much a caveman living in a modern world. So when someone says paleo diet, they're usually referring to a grocery list of foods that we ate as hunter-gatherers. So if you found yourself, I always quote Neanderthal, which is a great book. If you found yourself buck naked on the savannas of Africa and had a rock and a stick and you had to go hunting, what could you get? So that's where the whole paleo diet definition comes in. Now, where a ketogenic diet comes in, and you can be on a ketogenic diet for multiple reasons. It's not always necessarily a fat loss diet, but it is a very effective fat loss diet for most people, is where you adjust your macros, which is protein, fat, and carbohydrate, and you adjust it to such a level that your body goes into what's called nutritional ketosis, not to be confused with ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis is something that happens in type 1 diabetics where their blood level ketone or beta hydroxybutyrate levels get somewhere in the range of 25 to 50 millimolar while at the same time having an elevated glucose level. So if someone says, oh my God, that ketosis is dangerous, no, they're confusing ketoacidosis with nutritional ketosis, two different things. So you can shift your macros to get to a point where you're in a state of nutritional ketosis. And what that really is that you're primarily burning fat as your fuel source or your energy source. Can you get into ketosis multiple different ways? Yeah, you can adjust your macros, or you can do a fast. Fast will bring your blood glucose down to a point where you start utilizing ketones as an energy source. So those are the two ideologies that I put together, and I currently believe that is the best bang for your buck, whether it's reversing any type of metabolic disease, or it's a fat loss disease, or you're looking for optimal health for a host of many other reasons. So one of the questions I got last week was I went through with a little weight loss diagram that I drew on the board really fast, and admittedly that was something that I thought about on the fly. So I'm going to go over it again, and I drew it a little bigger. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll stand off to the side. So we talked about levels of adherence last week. Okay, so I evolved through this style of eating with a keto diet or with a paleo diet first and then a keto diet. And you'll find along the way you'll meet different people at different levels in their journey. Okay, so if you have, let's say, Johnny, and Johnny comes into this diet and he weighs 500 pounds, okay? And he is loosely adherent to a paleo style of eating or the hunter-gatherer style of eating. He may be very effective, very loosely eating a paleo style diet, let's say from 500 pounds down to 400 pounds. And I'm just using these numbers as easy round numbers. So, don't hold me to them. Everybody's different, right? So we talked last week about hey, this guy may be very effective losing weight from the 500 to 400 pound range, being a really loose paleo. And by very loose I mean using every little shades of paleo that you can effectively to get there, and maybe throws in cheat meals once or even twice a week. And all of a sudden, Johnny finds himself at, let's say, 400 pounds. Okay, so Johnny, he's very excited now. He's very motivated. This diet's working for him, and he isn't really even trying that hard. But he's realized that he's kind of stalled at the 400-pound mark, and now he wants to take it to the next level. So he goes like, man, I'm really on an uptick here. What do I got to do to really reel it in? And I actually find this with a lot of our clients is they'll loosely adhere to something, see some results, and say, hey, give me more. So from 400 to 300 pounds, maybe he starts being a little stricter with his paleo diet, and he starts buying everything from a farmer's market. He's using all meat, fruits, and vegetables, a little bit of nuts, a little bit of seeds, and he's like, dang, boom, he feels better. All of a sudden, his doctor's happy about his blood work. Maybe this guy is type 2 diabetic at this point at 500 pounds more than likely, or real close. And then all of a sudden he finds himself at 300 pounds stalling again. So he's like, hey, you know what? I've been reading a lot about a ketogenic diet. I think I'm going to take my diet paleo. My blood work's turning around. I'm feeling great. People are saying things. They're starting to ask me what the hell I'm doing. Okay. So then the next level, the guy says, you know, from 300 to 200 pounds, he really tightens this shit up. And he goes from a strict paleo diet and adds a ketogenic feature in there, so he lowers his carbohydrate level to such a point that he drops right down to just about 200 pounds. And now he's looking at getting skin removal surgery. Everyone's patting him on the back. He's doing great. He's got an Instagram page with thousands and thousands of followers, and he is just kicking ass. That may be where he ends up at. Okay, so maybe now he's the poster child for a paleo keto diet or strictly keto or wherever he ends in his journey. But my point kind of being is that depending on where you need to get to in your journey may be different levels of adherence. Okay, so is diet, another question I always get on top of that, is diet always the single answer? No, let's say you're down here, let's say you're down here at the 200 level and you want to get to like the 150 or 135 range. All right, and you're really struggling here, and you're doing everything dead nuts perfect over here, A+++ as far as diet's concerned. Sometimes there's other variables, and that's kind of what I drew over here on the next little chart. So there's other variables that can adhere your weight loss goals or your optimal health goals or your metabolic disease goals. Let's say sleep for you is a big deal. Say you work shift work, you're a nurse, you're EMT, you're maybe work the EMS, or maybe you work any type of public safety job. I seem to run into that a lot. And sleep is a big deal for you. So you work like 3 12s, and then you get 2 days off or something like that. And you don't have a real biorhythm. You don't have a real schedule that really keeps you nice and rested. And not to mention, maybe it's really stressful. So we add another layer of level on there. So you know you're answering 911 calls all day, people screaming their houses on fire. That may add a level of stress that helps, that inhibits your weight loss. So diet might be a big part of that, and you do pretty well on diet, but you just can't seem to get to that next level. Let's talk about maybe even willpower. Maybe you're one of those people that are very, very influenced by commercials, or you're not quite sold on it yet, and you need to take it to that next level. There is a level of this that is willpower. There is a part of you that has to say, no, I'm good with that. Today's Mother's Day, birthday parties, holidays. Every time we turn around in this country, there seems like there's a reason to drink and eat crap food. Groundhog's Day, I'm surprised there ain't a parade for that. Anyway, so there's a part of this that you have to just plain tell yourself, I have some goals right now, and those goals don't involve cake. I want to get healthy first. Other diseases. Maybe you have some type of thyroid issue. Maybe you blew your thyroid out because you are part of that generation who grew up on Special K, a Pop-Tart, and a glass of orange juice that was primarily made up of high fructose corn syrup. I mean, if you watch, from my generation, Saturday morning cartoons, that was what they were jamming down our throat as breakfast. Pop-Tart, cereal, and a juice, because juice had vitamins in it, except it was, like 110% high fructose corn syrup. So maybe you blasted your whole metabolism with that, and you need to do a hard reset with a real strict ketogenic diet. Popular fungus overgrowth. Some people have their guts that are just completely blasted with some type of fungus. Leaky gut, years and years of high grain diets where you've basically perforated your intestinal walls and you have to do a lot of healing. Not enough bacterial in your guts. You see here a lot of people really adhering to probiotics. So don't think diet is the end all. If you find yourself going through all the steps, diet this, diet that, and everything's doing great, you might have to look other ways, other places. So anyway, I don't want to draw you into that, but I just want you to realize that there's other things going on and there's different levels of adherence. I didn't jump into this feet first. I couldn't. I wasn't that mentality. I told this story a million times before. I started with just breakfast. I'd eat eggs and bacon and a bowl of fruit for breakfast when I was strict paleo. And I found myself in that first bracket where, hey, I'm starting to notice a difference. And then I went to a breakfast dinner because I was on the road doing outside sales for a living. It was just temptation everywhere. And I took it to that next level of success. And, you just find your way over time. I was motivated by athletic performance. So I wanted to get better, faster, stronger. So I kept trying to find a better way. And if I was in the gym and we were doing a CrossFit workout and one of the high school kids beat me, I was like, all right, what can I do next? Same with my powerlifting. You got to find your motivation. You have to find out your reason. I mean, let's face it, when it comes to treats, the only part of your body, and I'm talking about cakes and ice cream and the Pop-Tarts and stuff, the only part of your body that wants that is your mouth, your taste buds. After that, there's not a damn thing in the rest of your body that wants that crap. So keep that in mind when you're saying, hey, do I deserve that? Maybe you, in reality, deserve some good fuel source for your body. So anyway, we'll keep it short and sweet again. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. This is your big bad Keto Daddy saying holla if you hear me. And if you like this video, please share it. That helps me. Just right down below, click share, and that'll help me get the good word out. All right, we'll see you guys again next Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.